pictures.
Robin, what were you talking about? Can you go over what you were just talking about on that page?
This is a flyer that explains the different types of renovation loans. So we offer the FHA 203K loan and the VA renovation loan.
You know you're being recorded. Randy's stepping out of the camera view. It's okay. Brett did too. Where are we at, Brett?
Well, we're a cabinet outlet in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. We're here learning about renovation loans and how you can make your dream kitchen come to life with the help of some very intelligent financial advisors.
Right. Yeah. And that brings in Robin. Hi.
Hi.
So you were telling us about stuff.
Yeah, I'm Robin with Loan Depot. And we have a lot of different renovation loans to help make the house your dream house. So it doesn't necessarily have to be that dream house right when you walk in the house. If it's outdated or it just needs modernized or cosmetic repairs or huge repairs, or you want that pool or you want a brand new kitchen, like we have the renovation loan for it. We've got the FHA 203K loan, we have the Fannie Mae home style renovation loan, and we even have a VA renovation loan. So this flyer tells you what repairs and improvements are allowed and not allowed with each type, the minimum down payment, what property types we do them on, etc. So it's a good sheet to have.
Wow. Very cool. And we're like this is the place to go to get your kitchen renovated, basically, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. What? Why?
Why? Because we sell high-end kitchens for less. That is our motto. We are factory direct, so therefore we're able to get you the dream kitchen that you want for an affordable price.
Very cool. And we're also here with Randy. Randy's with
Edward Jones.
Why are you here?
Because I'm a financial advisor, so I help people with their budgets. Maybe it makes sense to do a 203K loan and have a little bit of cash. Maybe you want a little something extra, so we'll work on budgets, make sure it's affordable.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. We also want to work on making sure that we protect your asset as well, whether it be life insurance, investments, whatever.
Or the house, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully that it, goes up in value. Robin, you were talking about, both of you were talking about ADUs. Could you do an ADU with a renovation loan?
Yeah, our Fannie Mae home style renovation loan will allow for an ADU. The Fannie Mae allows for luxury item renovation improvements too, as long as it's permanently affixed to the property. So
Okay.
ADUs and pools and
Oh, wow. So you could look at a house, like the one I have an open house for coming up, and go, I really like the location. I like the fact that there's 3 different schools we get to choose from. I could stumble back from the bar and not have to drive because it's right there by Nippo Golf Course. That was a shameless plug. And it was. But you could go, I really don't like the paneling in here. I need kitchen counters. I don't know what paneling has to do with kitchen counters, but
I don't either, but we can definitely get you kitchen counters.
yeah. So
yeah, especially because there's tight inventory. There's not a lot of inventory in the first place, so it just opens up more options. Like if you're not finding the house of your dreams, we can make it the house of your dreams.
Yeah.
You just gotta go into the house and be like, what would make you love this house? New carpet, new paint, new kitchen.
right.
Tear down a wall, make it more open.
How hard is it for the renovations? A lot of people are like, I don't want to do that work. Like why? Like, oh my gosh, you were talking about a HUD inspector and a general contractor and how that person gets paid and
it's just a few more steps and generally takes an extra couple of weeks. But it's not as hard as people think. It's not as complex, and we have a whole renovation department. So I'll help structure what kind of renovation loan it is that makes sense for the client, and then they're assigned to a renovation specialist, and that renovation specialist guides us through the entire process.
Right.
But basically, you can do it. There's streamlined renovations, which are for like $35,000 or less, and those do not require a HUD consultant. It's basically manageable without one. If it's a big, huge project, major remodeling, structural work, then we're going to require a HUD consultant. A HUD consultant is someone, and we can refer you to one, someone who understands building costs, labor costs, constructions in general, how the construction process works, and and they're gonna come to the house, meet you, and they're gonna take pictures and videos and measurements of the house and talk to the client about what they want that home to look like. And they're gonna prepare a budget, work within the client's budget. And then we require that the borrower pick out a contractor, and the contractor has to be licensed and insured and provide us with a few references, like work that is similar scope and size that they've done in the last 6 months to a year. And so we will approve the contractor once the contractor gives us the insurance and their references and their license. And then the borrower will basically work with the contractor and the HUD consultant. The scope of the work that the general contractor gives us and the budget that the HUD consultant gives us, we give that to the appraiser. And we tell the appraiser, hey, this house is being sold for $500,000, but the bids from the contractor are gonna make it worth $700,000 after all the improvements. So bring in the appraised value at $700,000, just make it subject to the work being done. And then we let the loan close before the work starts. And then once the loan closes, our renovation department will give a certain amount or certain number of draws to the contractor. So they'll divvy up, if it's $200,000 worth of work, they might do 5 draws of $50,000 each. And so give the contractor $50,000 and say, do this part of the work first. And once it's done, the HUD consultant acts as the inspector and goes out to make sure that work's been done accordingly to guidelines. And then the contractor will give another draw, or we'll give the contractor another draw for $50,000.
Now, this sounds like a contractor. For $200,000, you're going to give them 5 draws of $50,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, the number of draws depends on the project and the size of the project.
So it's interesting, you don't have to keep track of the contractor. The HUD guy makes sure that the work's being done.
Yeah, so after it funds, our renovation team, they take over from that point and we work with the contractor and the HUD consultant to...
Right, but I would presume, okay, let's say the renovation's going to take 12 weeks for the $200,000. The homeowner would be paying the mortgage during that.
Actually, with the Fannie Mae Home
Or how does that
Style,
work?
the Fannie Mae Home Style allows for 6 months of mortgage payments to help with the cost of living expenses while the work's being done.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what is it?
That was my question.
What is
That's
that?
really cool, and that's important to know.
What does that mean?
So while the work is being done, the loan closes, and then they may not be able to move in while the work is being done, but they still have to make a mortgage payment on it. But this loan covers, it's built into the loan amount, 6 months worth of mortgage payments.
Oh wow! So you don't have to pay anything while you're waiting for the house to be fixed, up to date.
Up to 6 payments,
So here's another question: does the buyer ever have to pick up a hammer?
No. Normal on most of these, self-help is not allowed.
Okay.
They have to hire a general contractor to do the work, or if it's not a general GC, they can use up to 3 independent contractors. But I think on the FHA streamlined one, they'll allow self-help if the borrower is in the trades anyway and has experience.
Right.
It's, most of the time we don't allow self-help. You need
Yeah.
to hire.
So that means you have a move-in ready house when the process is done.
Yes.
You never had to
Yes.
knock down a wall, put up a new wall. Like
Yeah.
you
right,
just
exactly.
you
It's
just
all-
walk in.
Right. It's
Yeah.
The GC is doing that himself or hiring subcontractors to do that. Now, if it's just a little thing like a furnace, for example, if a client is buying a house with a regular loan and the appraiser calls out a health and safety issue that requires that work be done before we fund the loan, we can flip it from a regular loan to a renovation loan if the buyer or the seller can't make that repair before we close. We flip it to a rental loan, and let's say it's a furnace for $20,000. We would just do a streamlined renovation loan, because with that you don't have to get a HUD consultant.
Right.
And it's just, we can even do an escrow holdback in certain cases where we may not even need to flip it to a renovation loan. With an exception, we may be able to get just an escrow holdback and still keep it as a regular loan without flipping it to rental. So just depends.
So it's interesting because I interviewed Jason Westcott the other day. I don't know if you guys caught that.
Part of that. That's
Yeah.
good.
I asked him if we were in a housing bubble, and he was like, no, we just don't have enough homes. So if the inventory is really tight, there's someone's phone. If the inventory is really, let's just wait. Oh, that's no fun. Okay, all right. I thought it was going to go to voicemail. We'd hear it. None of these videos are professional. It's fine. What was I saying?
I'm like, no, there's
You were
good enough
talking
to
about-
post anything.
Oh, he'll post. Trust me. Yeah, he'll post anything and everything. Watch out.
So,
You gotta sign a waiver.
So-
yeah, inventory's tight. We're not in the bubble anymore.
so we're not in a bubble. Inventory is tight. A lot of people walk into a diamond in the rough and they don't see the diamond, they just see the rough.
That's exactly.
And
that's a good way to put
so
it.
they walk away from it not thinking that could be their
Right, because
house.
either they don't know that these renovation loans exist, and then they
Yeah.
can make the house something that they would love to live in.
Right.
You know, if they can see the vision. You know.
This was our first renovation seminar kind of thing here at, where are we at? Cabinet Outlet.
Portsmouth.
Yeah, Portsmouth. Randy's over here looking at me like, oh my gosh.
Look, we're gonna get you a black shirt with an orange tie for next time.
For next time, okay.
There, I like that.
So, I mean, that, like, are we gonna do one and hope people show up? Like this was
we need to market it better, and we need to market it on what we just discussed. The renovation loan concept to get your dream kitchen
Yeah.
is way better than just first time home buyer.
Yeah.
That doesn't drive people in here. They say, "Hi, oh, you're gonna teach me how I can get a new house, a loan, and a dream kitchen? Okay, now I'm interested."
Yeah. So what you're saying basically is Robin's going to carry the show for us, basically.
I kind of think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
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 And don't most people, when they buy a house, don't they do some sort of personal touch? Whether it's paint, rip up rugs, refurnish hardwood floors. If I had known 203Ks existed when I bought my house, I probably would have gone a different direction
Yeah.
rather than stomaching all that
Yeah.
blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask everybody that's watching this when I post it for help, because obviously we need help marketing. So what we really, really want in the comment section is your ideas for helping us get this message out. How do we do it? We don't know. Nobody showed up the first time. We need to change that.
Tell anybody, nobody should.
Well, we showed up. We showed up. All right. How do I stop this? I'm not very good at this. There we go.